Breaking news right now. You may have seen this alert come on your phone from the Atlanta News First app. Tiger Woods was just arrested and charged with DUI after a crash in Florida.
Atlanta News First anchor Joe Gorcho just got an update from the Martin County Sheriff's Office. Joe, what are they saying about this?
Yeah, Carly and Wale, we just heard from the local sheriff's office down there in Florida regarding this crash just a few moments ago involving Tiger Woods, like you mentioned, who has been arrested for DUI. Now, this crash occurred near his home in Florida, and according to the Martin County Sheriff's Office, police say they responded around 2 this afternoon to a call about a rollover crash that was on Jupiter Island that involved Tiger Woods. The sheriff's office says that Woods was driving his Land Rover when he clipped a pressure washer truck while attempting to swerve out of the way. The vehicle then rolled over, and deputies believe he was driving at a high speed on that road at the time. Now, Woods managed to exit the passenger side of his vehicle. Police at the scene say they suspected he was impaired, leading to a thorough roadside assessment. Woods was then arrested and taken to the Martin County Jail. Now, he went under a breathalyzer test, which recorded a 000, and then he refused a urine test, so then he was charged with DUI. But fortunately, with this crash, there were no significant injuries reported from that accident. We will, of course, continue to monitor the latest developments of this breaking story of Tiger Woods' crash and subsequent arrest. Carly Wale, back to you.